The impudence, the audacity, the unmitigated gall of those knuckleheads of liberty podcasters, daring to voice opinions outside the mainstream of accepted thought. Listen if you dare. It's angry, it's funny, it's even sometimes sad, but it's always based on freedom and justice, as you will see. Here's our host, Jason McPhee.
Welcome to the Knuckleheads of Liberty. We are coming at you on April 6th, 2022. But here in California, once again, Democrats have a novel solution to our high prices. And, they have all these high gas prices that make gas taxes here that make gas prices a little bit higher than everywhere else. Well, our governor has decided to hand out gas cards. So he's decided to borrow from us tomorrow to give us some free gasoline today, I guess. And so for every driver, he wants to hand them a gas card. If for each car you have registered, apparently that's a $400 gas card. For a lot of people, that might be 4 rides. And boy, if you have to drive anywhere to get that card, I'm not sure if it'll be worth it. But anyway, it's just, yet another kind of crazy idea. We have fairly high gas prices because of a lot of things our leaders have done. I mean, if you haven't got complete amnesia, like our current leader, Joe Biden, apparently, it was only a few years ago under Trump that gas prices were actually extremely low, especially going into the pandemic. And we're talking about, between $2 to $3 a gallon gas in a lot of places. Now, boy, I tell you, we're, here in Sacramento, the prices are right around $5 in a lot of places. So, but anyways, what do you guys think about this? Another crazy solution of our favorite, very recallable governor, I guess, Gavin Newsom.
Very recallable. Oh, go ahead, Leon.
Just the other day, you talk about $5 in the Sacramento area, Jason. Just the other day, my wife and I were returning from somewhere. I don't remember where, but we stopped at a gas station. It was $6.79 a gallon we paid, but we needed the gasoline because we were quite low. But these people always have a solution to take us to utopia. I don't know why Gavin Newsom is not happy right now, why he's not out there jumping around and dancing on his head about the high gas prices. Isn't this what they want? Don't they want to lower demand for gasoline so they could take us to this renewable climate change utopia? If they want that, here's the opportunity. They should love it. They should be saying this is the greatest thing that have happened to us. Climate change. We're going to stop this climate change and we're going to fix all these things. We're going to ban fossil fuels, or we're going to make fossil fuels too expensive for people to use, and we're going to have this new utopia. Why are they not happy? But the hypocrites on the left, like Gavin Newsom, they can't stand their own utopia. They can't take it. So now they're going to bribe us. This is an election year for the governorship. So they're going to bribe us. He's going to come out and tell us, oh, we're going to save you. We're going to save you. We're going to give you a $400 rebate. And we're going to say, oh, this is because Gavin Newsom is such a wonderful guy. This is the same Gavin Newsom who's been telling us all this thing about climate change and about banning fossil fuels by 2035. What madness is this? If they think it's such a problem, well, suspend the gas tax. Why don't you do that? That's going to be easy. That's an easy thing to do. Just suspend the gas tax and people are going to save a little bit of money on the price of gasoline. But don't talk out of both sides of your mouth, please.
Yeah, I go for that. That's the best solution. Then it's all on the market in oil. And then he's got even more ammo to talk about his whole thing about making electric cars cheaper than gas cars, because look at what happened to the market. Left to it, we even took away our taxes that were contributing to the high price of fuel, and now look, it's still high, and you can't blame us now. we took it in the shorts for you guys. We took one for the team. That's a great idea, Leon. Why don't they talk about it? We took one for the team, and now it's still not enough because look at those evil, greedy oil companies trying to stick it to you. We have the solution for you. Yes. Buy an electric car.
You know, but I always wonder in the little utopian world of buying this massive amount of electric cars. Okay, fine, they want to do that, let's do that. But how is all that electricity is going to be made, though? I really wonder. Do you think wind and solar is going to make that electricity to power these cars? Is that what they're thinking? How is electricity going to be made?
Yeah.
Nobody seems to be thinking about that one. At least I don't hear any discussion about it.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, too, because, one of the crazy little, I guess, I don't know if you call it secrets or not, but I mean, when they push for all of these renewables, a lot of times states like California are actually importing the renewables, right? So there's a renewable might be generated in another state and they're getting credit for buying that renewable, which means that renewable isn't being used technically in that state. Now, all the electrons are really stay where they're at, right? But I mean, the point is, as far as the bookkeeping goes, it's California has taken those renewables from somewhere else. At the same time, we're shutting down nuclear power plants too, which if you really want to address climate change, I can't think of a more, especially for first world countries, an easier way to go about it than nuclear power, because it's base load and you don't have to worry about, it being on and off at the, whether or not there's clouds around or not. So, Yeah.
So. And there's Leon's answer to where you're going to get the electricity to charge all these cars. It's cheap electricity. Well, it's right there, nuclear. But no, they can't do that. Yes. It's the same old thing. They could never entertain the thought of giving more freedom to people instead of giving them less freedom, which is their default way they go. They think let's take away freedom. They can't think about giving more freedom to stem gun violence from the drug war, the drug trade. They could never entertain, well, what ways can we reduce some of the laws here regarding drug use, and how can we address that, and how can we go really attack the problem of people using drugs instead of incarcerating them. Maybe there's another way. This ain't working. I'll guarantee we all know, this whole incarcerate everybody that deals with drugs, and, no matter what they are, buyer, seller, user, or provider, it's not working. And so, come up with some novel solutions, and think about it. Maybe that would actually include more freedom for people, to make decisions on their own instead of less. And the thing about nuclear, it gives you more freedom. They can't entertain that because now you've got more opportunities and more choices instead of pigeonholing you into solar or wind or these other things that just aren't that viable compared to the alternatives.
Well, one of the things too with nuclear, before I jump on to the next subject, but even Barack Obama's Secretary of Energy, Stephen Chu, was a proponent that nuclear had to be part of the solution to bridging the gap to renewables. Because if you truly are taking this problem seriously of climate change, and essentially you hear chicken littles like AOC running around and claiming the sky is falling on this issue. Well, if you're literally saying it's an existential threat, whatever problems that nuclear offers, it's not the existential threat that they're claiming climate change is. So, I mean, it's just absolutely silly. And if you don't look at it, you won't get the better nuclear solutions that might be there in the future either. But, getting back to this, so we're out of here. Catch us at the next show. Until then, stay tuned.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, always and forever.
Thank you for listening to the Knuckleheads of Liberty podcast. Find us on Facebook, Rumble, YouTube, your favorite podcast network, and at knuckleheadsofliberty.com.